Hello everyone, I thought I'd do a sort of a vlog. I haven't spoken to you for a while, so I thought I'd just do, raw and uncut, and I am, if you're interested. Now, I'm just really pleased with myself. I've done a DIY job that's turned out very well, with the help, of course, of the Lord and my dead dad. Because when I'm doing any DIY, and I need a bit of help getting a screw in or connecting up a terminal, I just, in my head, ask my dad for help. Because growing up, begrudgingly, I used to be my dad's helper when he had any DIY to do. I was the one that held the torch. I was the one that fetched him screwdrivers and things. And I didn't like it at the time. I was very grumpy and miserable. But looking back, I'm glad of those times because my dad taught me quite a lot DIY wise, and I can do most things when I can be bothered. I mean, I can decorate, but I've also fitted kitchens, complete kitchens, plumbing, the lot. I can do electrics. The only thing I wouldn't touch is gas. So I've been doing some electrics today, and it's a shame I didn't show you the before because it's a lot brighter in this garage because I've replaced, where is it? Be careful I don't break this. I've replaced this old-fashioned strip light, this one, the type with the starter. You know what a starter is, folks? Well, if your strip light flickers or doesn't turn on or takes ages to turn on, it could be due to this little thing here, which is called a starter. And for some reason, oh dear, oh, that's not even screwed in. Right, Cowboy did this. When we moved in, we assumed, because we live in a new build and we've lived here since it was new, first owners, the garage wasn't electrified, as most of the garages are around here. They've got a light and power sockets, and ours didn't. And there was some cock up over the garages. Just trying to take the starter off to show you what a starter is, but it's anyway, you don't, just look it up. If you don't know what a starter looks like, it's just a little cylinder shaped thing that you bayonet fitting, you pop it into your doodah and it makes your light work. Anyway, so this is an old metal, although the one I've put in has still got a metal body, but it's an LED one. It's so much brighter in here. So what was I saying? I was saying something until I got distracted. Oh bugger. You see, that's the trouble with being an old fart. Yeah. Oh dear. Right, I was talking about light, talking about getting my dad's help. So I got my dad's help anyway, yeah. I can fit a kitchen, I did that bit, electrics. Oh. It's like when you go upstairs for something and you think, what the heck have I come up here for? You'll know it, if you're of a certain age, you'll know that feeling. But it's exercise for me because normally if I need something, it's in my bedroom, so I have to go up 2 flights of stairs. So, it's the only exercise I get at the moment. Anyway, oh yes, oh that's it. It was about the garages, wasn't it? So there's 2 garages next to each other. My next door neighbour that way has the garage that side that's attached to this one. We have this one. But on the original deeds or the plans of the build, we were going to have the far one, which didn't make sense because our garden is beyond this wall and our gate, if I was to open the garage door, the gate into our back garden is just next to it. So it made sense that this was ours. So they sorted that out, but they were never electrified, so we had to pay for someone. Whoops. We had to pay for a man to take a cable from behind a socket in the kitchen and take it under the lawn. So we've got enough power in here to run the lights, tumble dryer and a fridge freezer, chest fridge freezer. Initially the man said he didn't recommend having a freezer and a tumble dryer, but the thing is, the tumble dryer that I have here is, I think it's only 700 watts. something like that. Oh, it's 900 watts. A normal old-fashioned tumble dryer, you know, you're talking 2,300 watts or more. So this is a heat pump tumble dryer, so it only uses 900 watts. The freezer hardly uses anything, so it's fine. And now I've got an LED light up there, which is 60 watts, which is quite a lot for LED, but it is very bright. I'll show you it in a minute. But I'm really, really pleased with it. I've done a good job. I'm going to pat myself on my back. Nobody else will say you've done a good job. I just do it, and I'm my worst critic anyway, so if I don't feel I've done a good job, then I'll beat myself up about it. But I think I'm really pleased. It's better fitted than the one, because what happened, the man who did the electrics, I mean, most of it seems all right. We've got a separate, not a fuse box, we don't have fuse boxes anymore, you know, circuit breaker thing. So there's a separate box, and I put in 2 extra sockets as well, a covered socket that you can actually lock closed, and I put an extra double socket inside a sealed box so I can plug the freezer in so it won't get turned off, although it did get turned off at one point because there's a switch next to our dishwasher in the kitchen that isolates the garage, and we keep the laundry basket down the side of it. It's one of those collapsible ones, so somebody, I don't know who, I don't think it was me, put the laundry basket back and obviously knocked the switch off, so I had to get rid of loads of frozen stuff. A lot of it I kept, but some had gone too far, but it was mainly frozen veg in there. It'll be fine. So, but he didn't fit the light very well, because what the man did, he took the cable in through here instead of, oh, you can't with this one. This is why he did it. This is why I bodged it. Normally, all the gubbins is falling out. Oh, that big heavy thing. Normally, you can punch out a hole either side if you need to take the cable in through the side, if it's surface mounted. If this was mounted inside a house with a hollow ceiling and the wires coming down, then you can fit it, then you can pass the wire through the middle. But because this was put onto a beam and he couldn't go in either side, he sort of bodged it by putting a couple of sort of spacers, and I was forever knocking this light and knocking the tube off almost if I was putting boxes up. So it wasn't very securely anchored to the joist, the beam. It is now, because it is flush, because I've managed, the new fitting I've got has got punch out holes either side, so I've gone in at one side with the cable. It was much easier to wire up. This one I had to undo the screws on the terminal, live, neutral and earth. I had to undo them. But on the new one, it's one of those clip fittings, so basically you just push the bare wire into the hole, making sure there's no bare wire showing. Make sure it's right in while you're pressing down on the clip, and then when it's in firmly, you release the clip and then just give it a little pull just to make sure it's not going to come out. So I'm really pleased. I'll show you, shall I? There you go. I'm not using my proper microphone, so the sound won't be very good on this, but you know, it's, as I said, it's me in the raw and uncut. It's a little bit longer, not much though. That's the replacement. Not the replacement. Oh, for flip's sake, I nearly swore. That's the old one. But the thing is, because of the positioning of the existing wire, I've had to position this more forward. This is a lot more forward than the previous, so it's a bit darker at the back of the garage. If I come out to the garage door, oh, there we go. So it's a lot more forward. It's, ooh, you see that beam there? That is where the other one stopped, I think, around about there. Oh no, it wasn't. No, I don't know. Anyway, it is more forward. Yeah, quite a bit. It's several feet more forward. So it's good for the front of the garage where we go most, because when all these boxes are moved out the way, it means I can see into the freezer a bit better when I can get into it, and we can see, you know, to use the tumble dryer better. So, and even, you know, it goes up to where the tools are. So we've got the area we use most is the brightest, which is good. But when I eventually sort all this out and can get to the back of the garage, it's going to be a bit dark. So my plan is to get another one of these, but not a long one, maybe just half that, maybe a 2-foot size, and just take a spur. Well, you can just wire it into the existing doobry in there. There's another set of holes, so I can just get some more of the grey lighting wire and wire it into that, take a spur off, and then maybe leave a gap couple of feet and then put a shorter one at the back, so that'll illuminate the back of the garage. So I'm all quite happy. We've had some snow today. Yesterday was the day of the big storm. I can't remember the name, but it's a woman's name. We didn't get so much here in Yorkshire. It was just normal Yorkshire weather, to be honest, so I wasn't fazed by it at all. And today we've got snow, but it's already turned to slush, so apparently it'll be gone by tomorrow, and it's going to be 11 degrees tomorrow, so I'm going to be out here again sorting out more stuff, so I keep belching, because the plan is to try and get rid of, I'm doing quite well at selling a lot of my surplus vacuum cleaners. I'm doing quite well at emptying my storage unit. They're putting the price up of that in March, and I was hoping to get rid of it by March, but it's probably going to be June now. But I certainly want rid of it by June. It's a third full. It used to be absolute chock-a-block, so I've been doing well. But there's still an awful lot to sort through. It's taking its time, but But I thought, right, I normally come in here at the weekend when Mark's at home, so he's in the house to answer the door and look after the dogs. I don't tend to come in here during the week if the house is empty. So today I went up these ladders. There is a hole up there which I can normally get through because I boarded up all the loft. There's a loft space in here as well. There's tons and tons of stuff up there. And I wanted to sell a couple of vacuum cleaners, and I got them from the storage unit, but they were missing. One was missing all the hose and the power head, and one was missing the extension wand. So I thought they were in the storage unit, but they weren't. So I thought, well, the only place they can be is here. So anyway, I found them this morning up there. So that's good. That means there's 2 more vacuums I can get rid of the next time eBay do a promotion. So yes, I was determined to get out here today. I knew it would be quite cold, so after my morning shower I layered up. I've got long johns on, long socks, a base thermal long sleeve t-shirt, another long sleeve t-shirt, and this is one of my warmest fleecy tops, fat face thing. But earlier on I did have to have gloves on as well. I had my gloves on because I did come in with curled fingers. I don't like being cold. I don't like being too hot either. But if I was to choose, well, I wouldn't want to be too cold or too hot, but it is easier to warm yourself up, I find, than cool yourself down. So obviously you can put on extra layers of clothes, you can get under a fleece blanket, you can pile a couple of dogs on top of you if you want to, and you can get all cozy toasty. But when it's too hot, all you've got is a fan, and that doesn't always help. Fortunately in the UK that doesn't happen very often. I might have, out of a whole year, there might be a week, not all together, but a week's worth of days or nights where it's quite hot to sleep. Fortunately this house, I'm in the loft bedroom, it's well insulated. In the house we lived before, which was an old Victorian house, no insulation in the loft at all, so it was boiling in the summer and absolutely freezing in the winter. And that was the time when I was working early shifts, 4 or 5 in the morning, and I remember, because there was no way we could insulate either really, so I was under 15 tog duvets, 2 duvets with really heavyweight brushed cotton bedding, and the only way I could get out of bed was I had a fan heater on a timer, and 15 minutes before I was due to get out of bed, that fan heater came on to heat up the bedroom so I could get out and get dressed. And I'm a bit ashamed to admit it, folks, but I had a pee bottle. Yes, one of those bottles that men can use to urinate into, and to save me getting too cold going downstairs, because I was also in the loft bedroom in the old house. Basically, the house we moved into was like a modern version of our old house, obviously new build, much better insulated. So I used to wee into this pee bottle. It had a lid on it, you know, and it's very unusual feeling to wee when you're lying down, because I used to lie down on my side and pop my John Thomas into the bottle and relieve myself, pop the lid on, pop it under the bed, and I dealt with it after work. It was kept clean, I rinsed it out, disinfectant, everything, you know. Anyway, that's a little, was a little taster of maybe what's to come in my life, having to wee into a bottle. But now I've got an ensuite, so I just have to walk a few feet. So I don't use the bottle anymore, folks. And it's, if anything, the house we live in is too warm. I mean, in the UK, I don't know what it's like in other countries, but bills are going up. Well, the cost of living is going up. Gas and electric bills are going up. Everything's going up in price, even vacuum cleaners. And food's going up. And I wouldn't have the heating on very much. If I lived on my own, I would hardly ever put the heating on. I would just layer up. But Mark walks around in a t-shirt and puts the heating on. And I've said, why don't you put some more layers on and turn the heating down or turn it off? I don't understand. And you know, he's all about being green, you know, but he drives a big car. I said, you can't be green. You've got that big car, that big diesel car. I'm greener than you. I don't drive. If I go anywhere, I walk or I go on a bike. And anyway, and he uses the washing machine constantly. When he goes to the gym, he just puts his gym stuff in. Tiny, few items. A full 1 hour wash. I said to him, I said, if that electric bill goes sky high, I'm not paying you any extra. I said, no, you turn that central heating off and you put some layers on. He was under a slanket last night, though, so I knew he was going for it. I thought, we actually sat down together and watched Gogglebox and some other things on TV. And he pulled out the footstool that lives in the alcove where the window is, pulled that out to put his feet up, and then he said, I know. And then I knew what he's going to say. I just said to him, slanket. And yes, indeed, he went upstairs and got his tartan slanket, which I bought him. A slanket is a big blanket with sleeves, if you didn't know. And there he was, all cocooned, with his feet out on the footstool, with Daisy in between his legs. And he was all toasty. So that's what I would do if I lived on my own. I'd be a miser with the gas. I really would. I would, you know, I'd probably only have one shower a week if I wasn't going anywhere. And just snuggle up. I prefer to have a colder house and snuggle up under blankets. You know? I don't know about you folks. So anyway, I suppose I better get on. I thought I'd just say hello. I've been getting some comments on that video I did of when I was in my mum's loft putting a new aerial in, and I think some people have found it and thought it was an instructional video, and it was never meant to be an instructional video. It was just me having a chat with you lot when I was doing a bit of DIY. If I meant it to be an instructional video, I'd have probably cut out the chit chat. You know, like this isn't going to be entitled how to put up a new LED strip light in your garage. I'm not going to title the video that, because obviously I've not shown you how I did it. It was quite simple. But so any of you who've watched the video thinking I'm going to give you tips on how to do stuff, there are plenty of other channels on YouTube. This is just a vlogging channel basically, where I just talk to the camera and hope some people listen and maybe find what I say interesting, or thought-provoking or funny. I hope I make you laugh sometimes, because I do like to make folk laugh. And obviously some videos I'm crying on them, so you know, you get all emotions with me, tears and laughter. But yeah, I feel, if you're interested, I feel a lot better in myself than I have been, and it's obviously restrictions are being lifted in the UK, and they're supposed to all be gone shortly. Every restriction, I won't say this word because I might get blocked for even saying the word, you know, beginning with C. And so I feel a bit better about that, but still slightly uneasy about things, because there's still tyranny happening. If you don't know what's going on in Canada, because it won't be on the news, you better find out what's happening in Canada, folks. They put Australia to shame, I can tell you. It's that, so I'm feeling better for that, and I'm also taking a drug, so I don't know if it's that that's doing it. Well, it's a herbal remedy. I think it's called ashwagandha. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I'll put a picture up anyway, and you can see the bottle. So I've been taking that, and whether or not that's making me feel a bit more chilled, I don't know if it is that. But Mark's certainly noticed that my mood is a lot better. I'm not flying off the handle all the time. And so it could be that, and it's also the fact that I'm getting stuff done. It seems to take forever to sort things out, but I can see that things are happening. I'm selling a lot of stuff. It's a lot of work selling on eBay. You know, you've got to get the item. I've got to make sure the item is suitable for selling, make sure all the bits are there. So in the case of a vacuum, I've got to make sure I've got the instruction book. I mean, I've been thwarted many times. I wanted to sell something, I've opened it up and there's something missing. Either the instruction book I can't find, or there's a accessory missing from the box, and I think, oh, where's that? So I can't sell that one. Which is why, you know, I'm pleased today that I found the missing bits for 2 Dysons that I want to sell, that I bought from the storage unit thinking I'd sell them, and then I realised, oh, hang on, there's bits missing. But I found them today, so they can be sold next time. So I've got to make sure they look good, clean them up a bit. Then you've got to take the photos, you've got to find suitable packaging if they don't have the original box. You've got to work out the weight and the size of the package so you can work out how much postage to charge. And then of course you have to list the thing, upload the pictures, do a description, blah blah blah. Answer any questions that come in when the listing's live, and then when it finishes, wait for payment. When they've paid, you've got to go onto another website to arrange for the courier to collect, print off the labels. Then you've got to be waiting in all day for the courier to collect the parcel. But it is really nice feeling. I mean, I put them, once they're ready to go, they're in the hall, unless there's loads of them, and then they're collected. And you know, the hall is full of boxes 1 minute, the courier comes, takes them away, but then they're replaced. So although I'm getting rid of a load, it never seems to end at the moment. But I feel positive that it's going to be sorted. Oh, and I'm also, finally, before I go, I mean, I'm so fat. I'm the fattest I've ever been in my life. I mean, I normally average about 69 kilograms. I don't know what that is in stones or pounds. 69 is sort of the average, and that's still a bit too fat, bit too heavy. I don't know what I should be, but maybe 62, 3 or something. But anyway, I realised that last time I weighed myself, and this is only because I had a big vacuum cleaner to send out, and the scales I use, these are postal scales, the vacuum was too heavy for the scales. It was overloaded, so I had to get my bathroom scales out, weigh myself, and then obviously hold the vacuum and obviously deduct my weight from the extra weight the vacuum was. And I couldn't believe I was 77 kilograms. So that's 8 kilograms more than I normally weigh. and probably, I don't know, maybe even 18 kilograms more than I should weigh. I don't know, because I've always stayed around 69, 68, 69 for years and years. So I've had a bit of a belly, but if I stand up straight, I don't look fat, but I've got fat in my face. I can, my face is fatter now. So I'm going to do one thing. Actually, I'll probably document it, but you won't see it until it's all done. It's a 10-day cleanse, and it's a vegan thing where you, I can't remember the name of the company, but I'll be doing the video series. So basically you get this pack of different flavoured shakes. They're all vegan, so you can mix them with water or plant-based milk, but you also have to include mainly frozen fruits go in. There are some fresh ingredients you put into some. There's banana, avocado, spinach, and basically you just drink for 10 days, 3 a day. You drink these smoothies. As I said, they're all nutritionally balanced, but you add the fresh stuff as well. So I'm going to do that to see if that gives me a bit of a boost. But what I've been doing, and I've tried it before, and I don't know, I find it quite easy, and I always get this word wrong. Intermittent, is that right? Intermittent fasting. There's different variations of it. The most popular, I think, is called 16-8, where basically you don't eat for 16 hours of the day, and you have an 8-hour window where you can eat. And so it depends if you want to, it's up to you when you want to eat. But as long as you don't, say you stop eating at 7 p.m, you don't eat your next meal until 16 hours after. No good at maths, whatever that is, okay? But what I've been doing, unbeknownst to me, I've been doing Omad, which is 1 meal a day, because I've been getting up, and often I've not really been hungry at breakfast time, but yet sort of habit compels you to have something. And normally, sometimes I'd have a cooked breakfast, or brunch. I'd have it later and have brunch and then not eat lunch. But if I'm having a normal sort of breakfast, it would just be like toast and cereal and a black coffee. And I find when I have that, I tend to want to go to bed half an hour. I'm just zapped of energy. And there have been times when I've not deliberately fasted, where, say, I had a video I needed to make for my other channel, say. I got up, started doing things, and realised, about 3 in the afternoon, oh, I've not eaten anything. Perhaps I should eat something. So I was going to do the intermittent fasting, but it turns out that I've been doing it for a few days. It's really basically been Omad, because I've got up, I've had a black coffee. You're allowed to have black coffee, you can have water, you can have, green tea, black tea. You can't have diet drinks. So water, black coffee, black tea, green tea, that's fine. So you can drink as much of that as you like. And I've always found coffee to be an appetite suppressant anyway, and it is for most people that drink coffee. Well, not most, but a lot of people find that they don't want to eat. So I get up, I normally have a full glass of water, and I take a vitamin thing, and then I might have a black coffee, and then I'll get on with what I need to do for the day. And then maybe 3, half 3, I think, I'm starting to feel a bit hungry, so then I would have my full meal and a pudding, drink, and then I tend not to eat anything else, and until the next day. So basically it's 1 meal a day, and I think I could do that quite on a long-term basis until I lose the weight. So after I've done this 10-day cleanse, that's what I'm going to try, I think, because I find it works. And it's amazing. You'd think that you'd lack any energy if you're not eating your breakfast. It's been drummed into it, isn't it? You've got to eat your breakfast to give you energy for the day, blah blah. Eat your breakfast cereal, all this. But no, the opposite is true. Some people might not be able to do it, but I think I'm someone who can do it because I've done it accidentally. So when you do it deliberately, there might be times you're thinking, oh, I'm a bit hungry, but that feeling of being hungry, it goes away. and it's best to do it on days you're busy. So obviously if I've got a video, like last Friday I did a video. Mark went to work. He works a lot from home now, but he was going to work. I heard him go out, so I thought, well, I've got the whole day. So I got up, had a black coffee, started up doing the video, and the video did take most of the day. In fact, I didn't have anything to eat until the video was edited and was uploading, and that was just after 3. So it basically took me from about 9 till 3 to do one video for my other channel. And the video, I think, was about 23 minutes long, but the footage I record, you know, must have been maybe an hour and a half of footage. So you have to sort of condense that down, edit it. I had a little musical section where I did a little what's the word? It's not collage. Anyway, there's a word where you put music to different pictures. I can't remember what it is. I should know. I make videos. But anyway, I had that at the end, and then, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it creates a lot of mess when I'm putting down dirt. And so got the video done. In fact, I fed the dogs before I fed myself. And then I thought, right, I need to get this edited, because it needs to be, after you edit it, that's not the end of it, because then it's got to be rendered. So once it's finished, I click a button and then it renders it, and then it puts the finished video onto my desktop on my computer. Then I upload it to YouTube, and then even when it's uploaded to YouTube, that's not the end of it, because I've got to do the description, I've got to make a thumbnail as well, do all that, and then I schedule it to go live whenever. So only when, on Friday, only when the video was actually, no, I think when it was rendering, I decided to, and then I started clearing up. And then when it had rendered and the computer said it finished, then I started uploading it to YouTube, and then I started making my dinner. And yeah, I must say I was hungry when I had it, but you know, so I think it's going to work for me. I'm going to do it properly. I'm going to, you know, measure myself and weigh myself and write it down on a little book and see. But yeah, I'm going to do the old vegan vitality. It sounds a bit slim fasty, but it's not. It's supposed to be a lot more natural. I don't know, but it's supposed to give you all the nutrients you require. So I won't be taking extra vitamin. Well, the only things I will be taking extra turmeric. I always take that. And I will be taking my ashwagandha stuff, because I do think that is, I think it's helping. It might be a placebo effect, I don't know, but I do feel, and it has been noticed by Mark, something's happened to me. So as I said, I don't know if it is that little herbal pill I'm taking, or whether the fact that I'm just happier because things seem to be getting better. I don't know. So anyway, that was a long chat. I only came in here to show you me strip light, but some of you like me to chat away, so that's what I've done. So thanks for watching. Remember, if you want DIY tips, if you want to know how to put up an aerial in your mother's loft, my videos aren't the videos to watch. You know, go to a DIY video where a tradesman will show you. I'm sure that'll be much better, because I'm not here to give you DIY tips, folks. Right, I don't know why I'm here, but anyway, I'm here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all at some point. Well, I won't see any of you, but you'll see me at some point. Yeah, I've still got loads of old footage to do. You know, that Wales tour cottage, I've got some lovely videos of Wales, Anglesey. Got some videos of Dorset. Probably got some more videos of Isle of Wight. We are actually going in the caravan. For any of you who used to watch me for the caravanning, most of the caravanning people probably realised, oh, he's not just doing caravans, so they effed off. I think that's what happened. So I will be doing more caravan, because in March we're going to Threkeld, I think it's called. It's just outside Keswick, you know, not too far outside Keswick. we're going there for the week. So the caravan's getting a service, and we'll be going there. So there will be more caravan fun for you if that's what you're into. Right, that's it. I am going. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your comments, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.